Okay, continue with the fourth module, that is latches and flip-flop. Already VHDL module we have already studied, right? So the next concept is latches and flip-flops. So what is this? These sequential switching circuits which consisting of both latches and flip-flops, and these latches and flip-flops are the memory devices. I need to say this is a memory device, means whatever you are sending some zeros and one binary values, no? So these are what exactly previously you should get, you will get some output, no? So those output will be saved in the memory. So for that reason this present value of the output should be depending on the previous values. So latches and flip-flops, I need to say these are the memory devices in a sequential circuits. Okay, and but these latches is also one of the memory devices, but it doesn't work with a clock pulse. Okay, but flip-flop is it is also a memory device, but it is depending on the clock pulse, the output should be varied. So this is about the difference between latch and flip-flops. Okay, next we'll see the how exactly the latch will work. So first I need to connect with the NOR gate, set reset latch. So before that you should know the truth table of that SR. When it is 0 0, when it is 0 0, it should be in a previous value should be your output. Okay, when it is 0 1, so what exactly? Reset value. Okay, when it is 1 0, it should be in a set value, and when it is 1 1, so it should not consider. So I need to say this a don't get term. So this is what exactly the truth table of SR latch. Okay, so this you should remember. So previous value, so 0 0 means previous value, right? So 0 1 means reset value, means 0. 1 0 means set. So 1 1 means don't get terms. So this is what the truth table of that. Next we should connect that you should know the truth table of NOR gate. You already know the truth table of OR gate, right? So OR gate is what? OR gate truth table is 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1, right? So this condition is what? This one all or 1, remaining here it is 0 in OR. So like that is NOR gate operation for the truth table. So when both are 0 and 0 1 1 0 1 1, so what exactly? This is 1 and the rest are all 0. So this truth table you should remember for NOR gate. Okay, that I have to operate in a set reset latch. Okay, so see here, so in this particular diagram the simple latch can be conducted by introducing the feedback into the NOR gate. First condition, so when S is 0, R is 0, so I have to assume that Q as 0 initially. So if this Q0 is feedback into the first NOR gate. So when this 0 0 means what is your, so I'm writing the truth table here. 0 0 1 1 0 1 should be 0, 1 0 should be 0, and 1 1 should be 0. So this is NOR gate truth table. Okay, so the input and this is what? Output. Correct. So see here, if both the inputs are 0 means you will get 1, right? So 1 0 means you will get 0. So how exactly it works? So so I will tell that so if I'm taking that S as 1 and R as 0, so and Q as 1, so this 1 is fed back to the what exactly the input of the NOR gate. So if it is 1 1 means, so output should be P should be 0, and if both the inputs of the NOR gate 0 means the output should be 1. So like that we'll assume the truth table. So the next concept, so when both S and anyhow we'll check for the another condition, third condition. So like that you have to apply for all the conditions 0 0 1 0 0 0 and 1 1. But anyhow for the first condition, when S and R are 0, and if I'm assuming Q as 0 means this is connecting back to the input of the NOR gate. So if both are 0, anyhow we know the truth table of NOR gate, it is 1. So 1 0 means it is again 0, right? So in second condition I'm assuming 1 and 0 and q as 1. So anyhow this q1 is fed back to the input of the NOR gate. So if both the inputs of the SR is 1 1 means input of the NOR gates 1 1 means our output should be 0, right? So if both the inputs of the NOR gate 0 0 means their output should be 1. So it is what exactly the how exactly the SR latch will work. But the truth table of this SR latch should be if both 0 0 means it will what exactly it will the previous values will be stored in the next value. Okay, and if both the inputs are 0 1 means so reset conditions. So if it is 1 0 means it should be in a what exactly set conditions. If 1 1 means don't care conditions. We don't know the exact values of that. So this is what exactly the truth table of SR latch. So now you understood how exactly the SR latch will work. Okay, next we'll move towards so the last condition. So I told no, if S and R is 1, what is the case? So latch will whether it will work or not, and what is the output. Okay, so see here. So when the last condition, if S is equal to R is equal to, this is what exactly the simple latch only, SR latch only. So for testing the last condition for 1 1, so I am writing this diagram. So here if both the inputs are S and R as 1, the latch will not operate properly. As you know, in the truth table it is don't care condition. So if note that when S and R are both 1, P and Q are both 0. So therefore it is the condition means P should be equal to Q bar, right? So in this condition P should be equal to Q bar, but here it is not the case. Therefore P is not equal to Q bar in this case. For that reason this violates the basic rule of latch operations. For that reason I have to write a don't care condition for 1 1. S is equal to R is equal to 1. So we are not writing any values, right, because of this situation, because it violates the basic rule of latch. For that reason, because P should be always equal to Q bar. So whatever the P output means here, no, this if it is 0 means Q should be what, 1. The output should be always should be 1. But here in this case we are getting both are 0 means P should be equal to Q, it is coming. For that reason this violates the basic rule of latch operations. For that reason this is don't care conditions we have to consider in the truth table. So okay, this is what exactly the SR latch, and the timing diagram of that particular SR latch has been mentioned here. See there. So according to the truth table you have to write the timing diagram. So anyhow this is the S input, this is the R input, right? So Q, how exactly, if both are 0 0, so previous case we don't know the previous value, it might be 0 or 1. So whatever the value is there, no, that should be stored here, because of we already told that latch and flip-flops are the memory devices. So it stores a value, so present value should be depending on the previous value. For that reason, so when both the inputs are 0 0, the previous value will be stored here. Okay, so when here 1 0 means always it is what exactly the output should be. According to the truth table you have to write the timing diagram. So you have to first write the truth table 0 0 0 1 and 1 0 and 1 1. Okay, when both are 0 0, previous value, right? So past values. If 0 1 means reset, means 0, 1 0 means 1. So 1 1 means we should not write anything because this don't care. So we already know in the test this condition, right? So 1 0 means output should be what, set. So it should be in a high position, but it will not start from here because it will take some time. So that is T1 plus epsilon. So I need to say, so at this position it should be, output should be high. Okay, so like that for every combinations you have to check 0 1 it should be 0, like that. But here 0 0, no. So if here it is 0, S is 0, R is 1, so output should be what, 0, no, we'll get a reset value. So see here, so we are getting reset value, but it will not at this particular time T3 we are not getting 0, right? So it will take some time to fall into from 1 to 0, right? That is what exactly I need to say the epsilon value. So what is this epsilon value means? See here. So this is what exactly T if we let that Q represents the present state, means Q plus epsilon means what exactly, this is the next state I need to say. So that is what exactly the difference is. And The next concept should be so how I have to write this SR flip-flop truth table, present state and next state, and the characteristic equation for that, and S bar R bar latch. So we'll have to see that. So see here, first I have to write the SR latch truth table. First anyhow we have to write the combinations from 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, no, but here I am writing this truth table. Just observe this truth table. When both inputs are 0 0, this Q is, just don't confuse with which one is output and which one is input, but both are input S and R. Q is the past value, means storage values, so previous values. Q plus is the next value. Okay, so when both 0 0, Q is what? This 0 is not the output, it is the previous value. So when both are 0 0, what is your present value or the next state value? It should store the previous value. 0 should be 0 here when both are 0. When here second case, if both are 0, past value is what? 1, right? So now the present value, it store the same value of the past value, 1 only, when both are 0 0. That is the case what I am explaining here. So here both S and R, 0 1 means the past value is 0, right? So but anyhow we, according to the truth table of SR, if 0 1 means it is reset, no? So see here, this truth table you have to refer for this 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1, right? So if both are 0 0, it should be what? Previous state. Previous, we need to store the past values, correct? So if 0 1 means reset, means 0 only. If 1 0 means set 1. So 1 1 means don't care conditions. So this truth table you have to apply here. Okay, this is S and this is R. So when both are 0 0, see here, it is telling that it is a past value, right? So Q is a past value, so 0. So I need to write the present value, right? So whatever the value, so I need to take this value as same as a present value. Okay, so 0 0, if it is 1 also, past value 1, you have to write it 1. If it is 0, write it 0. So in the second condition, check here 0 1. So 0 1 means the past value is 0, so the present value, see here in the output. So I can't able to write the past value is my present value, because according to the truth table, when S and R should be 0 and 1 means your output should be 0, because reset means 0, right? So for that reason I am writing 0. I am not writing the same value of the past value here, I am writing according to the truth table here. Okay, so if again see here the next condition, 0 1 is the what exactly the inputs, right? So here this is the past value is 1, right? So I am not writing 1 here, because when input 0 and 1 means it should be reset, no? For that reason I am writing 0 here. Now you got the idea how to write. Okay, so next when 1 0, the third condition 1 0, your past value is 0, but even though the past value is 0, so when the inputs are 1 0 means you should write it as set, means 1 value. So I am writing 1. Okay, see the difference, it is not 0, it is 1. So if both the inputs are 1 and 0, and I am writing 1 again, it is irrespective of the past value. Past value is 1, I am not writing this past value. So according to the truth table, if 1 and 0, set condition will exist, so that value I am writing here. Okay, so the last condition, when both the inputs are 1 1, irrespective of the past value 0 and 1, so it should be don't care. So I am writing inputs are not allowed, means it is a don't care term. Okay, so like that I am writing. Okay, so S bar and R bar latch, this is about a S and R latch. So just have to once you obtain this, means you have to write this in a truth table, sorry, Karnaugh maps, and get the expression of this Karnaugh maps, right? So whatever the values you just obtain through the Karnaugh maps. So just write the R and Q on the left hand side and S on the right hand side. Okay, 0 and 1, so 0 0 0 1. So just you have to fill the here. So what is the value of that? You will get 0 1 1 0 1. Okay, see here 0 1 0 decimal 1 0 0. Next I have to write 1 1, and these two are dash is there, no? I am writing there's a don't care terms, x and x. Okay, just I need to group this one one group, and this is one more group. Okay, so what is the expression which you obtained when you grouping all these things means this will go, right? So only left out thing is s here, so the s I am writing here. Okay, so if I group these two, so what is the left out thing? S will go, 0 and 1 will go, so only is r bar and q, right? So q plus is s plus r dash q. This is your expression for SR latch. Okay, so if you wanted to get your present value means this is the expression, characteristic equation. I need to say this is the next state equation or characteristic equation. Okay, so same in the same way you have to find the S bar R bar latch means I need to say the alternative form of the SR latch uses NAND gates. So I need to say that I have to use NOR. I am not using NOR gate here, I am using NAND gate. Okay, see here same thing, but here the output should be reversed. So when both are 1 1, so here it is a past value is 0, so it should be 0 only. It is the reverse case of S and R. S bar R bar is 1 1 means, see here whatever the past value, it is my present value. Okay, so if the inputs are 1 0, here what exactly I need to write a reset here, irrespective of past value I need to write the reset here, 0 value. Reset means 0, so 1 0 means irrespective of past value I am writing reset value, because 1 0 because of S bar R bar, right? So again 0 1 means, so what exactly I am writing? For 0 1 I have to write a set value, and for 0 1 I need to write a set value irrespective of your past value, right? So if both are 0 0 means I need to write a don't care term here. So I need to write here the S bar R bar latch to table. See here, this one is your S bar and this one is your R bar, and output of the truth table. So when both are 1 you will get the past values. If both are 1 you will get the past values. If it is 1 and 0 you will get a reset. If it is 0 1 you will get a set, and 1 1 means you will get the don't care. Sorry, if both are 0 0 means you will get a don't care term. This is for S bar R bar latch to table, and this is for S and R to table. You got the idea now how exactly you have to write the expression. This is S and R to table, and this one is S bar and R bar. So this is about SR latch concept. Okay, so again I am telling this latches are what exactly? This will be the memory devices. So it will stores the previous values that will be used for the future use, means present value if you wanted to decide which is based on the previous value only. So for that reason I need to say these are the memory devices, both flip-flops and latches. But the difference between the latches and flip-flop is flip-flop should be, it is also memory device, but it should be operate on the clock pulse, but latches will not operate on the clock pulse. That is the only difference between latch and flip-flop. And the applications of SR latch should be the debouncing concept that I will explain with this particular slide. Wait a minute. See here, set and reset latch. So the debouncing concept, so when a mechanical switch is opened or closed, the switch contact sent to vibrate or bounce open and close several times before settling down their final position. So that switch, see here, this switch, so whether it is open or closed, so this is a mechanical switch is opened or closed, the switch contact tends to vibrate or bounce open and close several times before settling down to their final position. So this produces a noisy transition, and this noise can interfere with the proper operations of a logic circuit. That is what exactly switch debouncing with the SR latch. So that I have connected one switch here, so whether it might be opened or closed, when it settled to the final position, so what exactly some noise will be generated here. So that concept I need to say the switch debouncing with this SR latch. Okay, so here the pull down resistors connected to the contacts A. These are the pull down resistors I have connected at this particular positions A and B, and assure that when the switch is between A and B, the latch input S and R will always be at logic 0. Okay, the latch output will not change their state. This just you have to remember this diagram and this one statement, that is enough. Switch debouncing concept. Okay, so see here, when this one is a S inputs and this one is R input, switch at A is this condition and bounce at A. So when, okay, means if it is switch is connected to what, if it is connected to A means, so R will be what, it is bounce at A. Okay, it is between A and B, it is like this. So when it's the switch is connected to B means, so it will be what, bounce at B, the S input will be at the position. So this is switch at B. So see here, if it is connected here no A, so at this particular R input bounce at A, the switch will bounce at A at this particular position. When this switch is connected to B means it is bounce at B at S inputs. Okay, this is what exactly the switch debouncing concept. Next, gated D latch. So after SR latch, the next concept is your gated D latch. So here simple concept. So we have already seen the SR latch, right? SR latch. So just we have connected one gate. If you are connected with the AND gate, no, so one of the input should be gate and one should be the other with the D inputs. So that is what exactly. See here, this is the SR latch. So just I am giving this S and R, so making this AND gate, no, so one of the input should be gate I am connecting and one of the input should be D. So this is a gated D latch. A gated D latch has two inputs, one is a D input and one is a G input. Okay, so D latch can be constructed from SR latch. I told no earlier, it is constructed from SR latch itself. So when what exactly the meaning of this, see here, so just first you have to know the truth table, how to write the truth table. So when G and D are 0, because G and D are input, Q is the past value, Q plus is the present value, right? So when G and D is 0, so irrespective of any this one, so I need to write the previous value only. Okay, so if G and D are 0, so I need to write the previous value again. Okay, so again next 0 1 condition, if D is your 1 and G is 0, again I need to write the previous value only, because until G should be 1, then only I have to write the previous value only. So 0 1, again Q is what, I am writing the previous value. So what it means that, so when your G is 0, D might be anything, Q should be Q plus is always your previous value, it store the previous value. So when the G value changes, then will be the Q plus also changes, right? So when G is 1 and D should be 0 means, irrespective of your previous value, always D should be 0. See here, G is 1 and D is here 0, right? So previous value should be 1, but irrespective of previous value, your Q plus value should be 0, because G is 1 here. Okay, I can't able to write the previous value because gate is 1. For that reason I have to write the D value only. So see here, both inputs are 1 here. G is 1, irrespective of the what exactly previous value, your Q plus should be 1. So here G is 1, irrespective of your previous value, D should be 1. So rather than I'm saying like this, so when G is 0, so D, what exactly your Q plus is always equal to Q only, means present state value is always equal to your previous state values, if irrespective of D input. Getting my point? So when your gate input is 0, irrespective of D input, your next state value is always store the previous value. It means when G is 1, irrespective of your previous value, Q plus always follows D inputs. Whatever the D input is there, no, that should be your Q plus output if gate is 1. Okay, irrespective of previous value. That is the difference between how to write when G is 0, when G is 1. Okay, so timing diagram, according to that only you have to write, according to the truth table you have to write the timing diagrams also. This is the what exactly the block diagram of this gated D latch. So just it is a construction from the SR latch only. You know the concept of SR latch. So here it is, again it is SR latch, 2 inputs, again it is combined into the with the NAND AND gates, with one input as gate and one input as D. Okay, so this is a symbolical representation of the D flip-flop, or else gated D means D always, which is this D latch will work based on the gate pin. So whatever the gate input, no, that will decide your output. Okay, so see here, this is the Karnaugh map. Again you have to put this in a values, this in a Karnaugh maps. See here, 0 I am putting here, the first decimal note is 0th notation. 1 I am putting, so 0 1 0 0 1 0 1, and I'm writing 1 1 and 0. Anyhow you have to just you have to write and get the values of expression. 0 0, wait a minute, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So anyhow don't write according to this, just you have to write according to this. So what is the output you have to obtain when you draw this Q and GD? So first I am writing 0. Okay, so next I am writing 1 here, and next I am writing 0 and 1 here. 0 and 1 0 1 0 1, and after that 0 0, right? So here 1 and 1. So if you group these two, and you will get one expression, and if you group these two you will get one expression. But here 0 0 1 0 0 0 0. So what is the expression you have obtained here? We'll get Q bar wait a minute, okay, 0 0. Okay, if see here, if both all three zeros, I'm writing 0 0 0 1. So it is wrong here, I think so. This diagram is wrong here. So just you have to write down whatever the expression you obtain, no, that you have to write, because this one is wrong, no, because 0 0 1 0 0 1. So they have written 1, no, I think so. 0 all 0 0 1, they have written 0 here, but here it is 1, right? 0 1 0 0 1 0, they have written 0 here, 0, correct. 0 double 1 0 double 1, they have written 1, and 1 double 0 1 double 0, they have written 0 here, 0 here, but here they have written 1 here. So it might be wrong, but you have to write this in a Karnaugh maps. Just write the expression for that. So this is about the gated D latch. Okay, next we'll see the edge trigger D flip-flop. So hope you understood the gated D latch and SR latch. So both are memory devices. It will operate depending on the input conditions and all. Okay, so before going to the edge triggered D flip-flop, so the two types of clock, rising edge, falling edge, or else positive edge and negative edge. So I will tell that. So a D flip-flop has two inputs. We already know that one is D and one is clock, and small arrowhead on the flip-flop symbol identifies the clock input, and unlike the D latch, flip-flop output changes only in response to the clock, not to the change in D. So here what they are telling is, so we already saw the how exactly the SR latch work and D latch work, right? So but we are coming to the flip-flop concept. It will be always working with a clock pulse. Okay, so here he's telling that D flip-flop has two inputs, D and clock. Depending on that, a latch will change, right? But here flip-flop will not change according to the D input, it will be according to the response of the clock. Okay, if the output can change in response to 0-1 transition, so if it is from 0 to 1, see here it is 0 and it is 1, right? So that I need to call it as a rising edge or a positive edge. This is what exactly your rising edge or positive edge. Okay, this is positive edge or rising edge. Okay, so when it is transition from 1 to 0, if it is transition from 1 to 0, so I need to call it as a falling edge or else a negative edge of the clock. So these are the two difference of edge triggering. So there is a symbolical representation in that. So while they are giving us, so it will be like a arrow mark. If it is like this, it is a positive edge. You have to think that, or positive edge or rising edge. If it is, there is a bubble behind that arrow mark, means I need to say this as a falling edge or else a negative edge. Okay, this is the two different symbolical representation. So only just arrow, it is a positive edge or a rising edge, or if it is a bubble to that arrow, means that is a falling edge. If it is a transition from 0 to 1, rising edge or positive edge. If it is transition from 1 to 0, falling edge or negative edge. Now you got the idea. So see here, this is a inversion bubble on the clock input, indicates the falling edge of the trigger. If no bubble, it is a rising edge. So I told, no, here this is a arrow mark, it is a what exactly, positive edge. If it is a bubble which is present in this, no, it is, I need to say this is a falling edge. Okay, this is about the edge triggered D flip-flop. So next we'll see the concept of D flip-flop. The term active edge refers to the clock edge, rising or falling edge, I told no earlier. So here, see here in the symbolical representation with the D flip-flop, he has shown that how exactly the rising edge trigger and falling edge trigger. See here, there is a arrow mark at the clock side. No, this is, I need to call it as a rising edge trigger. Okay, D flip-flop, this is D and Q bar. Here falling edge trigger, there is a clock pulse with a bubble is there. Arrow mark with a bubble, it's a falling edge or the negative edge. So this is about the difference between rising edge trigger and falling edge trigger. Okay, and coming to the truth table of the D flip-flop, that is a latch, this is a flip-flop. So difference between latch and flip-flop, there it is also SR latch will be there, SR latch will be there. So see here, just listen it carefully, SR latch, D latch, but these are also the truth table combination should be same for these two latches, but this will not operate on the what, clock pulse. But here flip-flop SR and D will work on the clock pulse. Okay, so that is depending on the rising edge or falling edge, depending on the clock pulse, whether it is bubble present or not, we have to see that. Okay, so next we'll see this D input. So D is 0, so the Q plus should be what, irrespective of any clock whatever that, so it will store the previous value only. 0 is 0 here. So 0 1 D is 0, so here it is it is not like that. Okay, I will tell that, wait a minute. Okay, how to write this D flip-flop truth table means, okay, so when D is 0, your present value is your 0 only, it will not store the previous value. So when D is 0, irrespective of previous value, it is 0 only, reset. So when D is 1, irrespective of previous value, it should be 1 only. So if it is a D value, 1 is irrespective of Q value, it is 1 only. So it will not consider the D flip-flop as a previous value here. It is only 0 means 0 reset. 0 means reset. 0 only. So if it is 1 means it is 1 only set. Okay, that is in that condition you have to apply the table. So Q plus is D. So what it means that your present value will be depending on the D input only. So whatever the D input is there, that is your Q plus. So if it is 0, if it is D is 0 means Q plus is 0. If it is 1, D is 1 means Q plus is also 1. That is what exactly. It will not store any previous values. That it will not depend on the previous values. Whatever your D input value is there, irrespective of the previous value. So the present state value is always follows the D input only. If it is D is 0, Q plus is 0, and if it is D is 1, Q plus is 1. That is what exactly. So according to this, you have to write the timing diagram of that D flip-flop. See here, this is a timing diagram. D inputs are given and clock is given, Q values. So here one more thing you have to write. So just you have to make a one more column and write a Q plus value. So just what exactly I told, no. So when D has 1, right, clock pulse is rising edge. So here you have to write a rising edge means 0 0 means if it is 1 0, if it is 1 means it should be high, no, it should be high till here. So falling edge, if it is 0 at the clock till it has to come here, right. So it is a rising. Oh, so here it is a falling edge, no. Falling edge means it will always operate the clock pulse at the falling edge till here it has to come. Okay, so here it is 0, right. So again I had to fall it as 0. Are you getting my point? Again, where is the falling edge? Again here this is rising edge from 0 to 1. 1 to 0 means falling edge. See here, falling edge. So 1. So till then you have to write it as 0 only. So there, here you have to write again a 1. So like that you have to write. So here it is again a falling edge. So write it here like this. This sequence will continue till the like that only. So this is what exactly you have to write the timing diagram according to the flip-flop. So see here, next concept is again here the construction of from two gated latches. So how exactly, this is the one more one gated latch and this is one more latch, D latch, right. So D flip-flop rising edge trigger. So I'm just to connect it with a one inverter. Okay, so what exactly the simple concept. So how D latch works, you all know that D latch will be working on their concept depending on the D input, right. So flip-flop how will work. So whatever the your input D input, it should be your output, right. So but here in the timing diagram, when G2 is 0, G1 is 1 means what? It should be this D latch will be work. Okay, so it will work. So when this G2 is 1 and this is 0 means, so P should be value of the P should be going to the D2 and this will work, right. So this is what exactly the construction construction of the two gated latches. Okay, so according to that you have to write the timing diagram. See here, timing diagram, if G2 is 0, this one is 0, this one is 1, this P follows what exactly the D only. So this is 1, right, this is also 1. So like that it is 0. So when it is 1 and here it is 0, so what exactly, this will be what exactly, again it is 0 because of the here it is a falling edge. So in this way the timing analysis will be there for the construction from the two gated D latch. Okay, next this one is only for setup and hold times for an edge trigger D flip-flop. It is not that much, but because of the only just to get the propagation and delay, okay, just they have mentioned, this is not that much important, just leave this concept, no, not much required. But here, see here, this determination of minimum clock period. So anyhow this one is what, your simple flip-flop circuit D flip-flop, and setup time not what is telling that. setup time not satisfied, and here setup time satisfied but minimum clock period. But here with a one to another clock pulse, this is a one clock pulse, right? So here clock pulse setup time should be 3 nanosecond, but flip-flop delay should be 5 nanosecond. So the setup time what they have mentioned for 3 nanosecond, it's not enough because for the next Q output, for that reason it is not satisfied. But see here in this diagram, extra time has been mentioned here, 5 nanosecond after the one output. One clock pulse you will get one output, right? After that it will be delayed by 5 nanosecond extra time. After that setup time will be there, so setup time satisfied for the next clock pulse to generate. But here once you get the output for the first clock pulse, you will not get any extra time here. So setup time should be overlapped with your extra time. For that reason this setup time is not satisfied here, but here it is satisfied because extra time has been mentioned. It is delayed by 5 nanosecond, but this inverter is delayed by 2 nanosecond. So because of that 5 nanosecond, so this setup time should be satisfied in this case. But there in the B position, what exactly setup time will be not satisfied because of the overlapping of the extra time. So here the next minimum clock period, here it is anyhow for this particular one, from one clock pulse will get one output, and for the another clock pulse will get one more output for the combination. So that is minimum clock, depending on the minimum clock period. This is what exactly determination of minimum clock period. But here for the examination point of view, it might be asked for the different types of latches, SR latch, D latch, gated D latch will be asking like that. And one more thing, in the flip-flop concept, they used to say the different or explain the D flip-flop, SR flip-flop, and T flip-flop, JK flip-flop, like that. But here don't confuse with this, name should be same. SR latch, there it is also latch, SR latch, D latch, gated D latch. But here same thing, SR flip-flop, D flip-flop, T flip-flop. But both are memory devices, but the latches are different, flip-flops are different. Just you should know the difference between. This will be, the flip-flops always will be works on the basis of the clock pulse. When you give the clock pulse, the output will be changed according to that. Here in the latches, whatever the according to the input, output will be changed. That is what exactly the difference between latch. But same thing, how many so just I am winding up this today's classes. Next flip-flop SR, JK flip-flop, TD will be explaining in the next class. But just I wanted to know the, just I wanted to show what exactly the difference between latch and flip-flop. So S and R latch, but the truth table remains same for both. SR latch truth table is same as that of SR flip-flop, but the only thing is that truth table will work with the clock pulse. But here in the latch it is not like that. Okay, but same in gated D latch, flip-flop, the truth table will be same, but it is not depending on the clock pulse. But D flip-flop, again here it is also, it will be depending on the clock pulse. Okay, okay, we'll wind up the today's class. Next SR flip-flop and the remaining flip-flops will explain in the next previous class, next classes. Okay.